Hey everybody, it's Jim from Cigars. Today I am going to review a 5 Vegas Classic. And just a little Spanish lesson here. Vegas means farms. So the old 30-year history of the 5 Vegas is that there were 5 farms that kind of formed a group together and were making cigar tobacco and marketing it as 5 Vegas. I think that has fallen by the wayside. The history is a little sparse about this cigar, but I believe it was acquired a number of years ago by Cigars.com and CigarsInternational.com, and it's more or less a mail order brand now. But I did want to review this today. This is kind of going to be our budget corner review, and this cigar is about $3, $3.25 per cigar in a box quantity. So you can buy a box of these babies. This is a double Corona for about $3.25 a piece. So, you know, we all like a $10 or $15 or $20 cigar, but we can't smoke them every day. And it's often true as well that you can buy a $20 cigar and it's not going to be as good as a $5 cigar sometimes. Well, usually they are better, but certainly not always. So take a look at cheap cigars, cheap, and I don't have any birds cheeping, so I have to do my own sound effects. Budget consideration. My producer helped me out. Budget considerations, but I digress. You know, we look at diamonds and wine, and we have a tendency to say, well, you know, this diamond's $1,000 and this is $500. The $1,000 diamond has to be better. Who's to say? I'm not a diamond expert. Are you a diamond expert? I'm not a wine expert, and I like to think I know a little bit about cigars, but I can tell you I know what I like, and I happen to like this cigar. So anyway, my previous history with this cigar is kind of interesting. I think I'm almost done with my second box. I think Wally thought there was birds in the area. We fooled him, and so you can see he's very excited. Okay, back to business here, please. I gotta find my spot here. Okay, so I'm about midway, 3/4 of the way through a second box that I've had over several years of these things. But I got to tell you, I've never had a bad one. Out of probably 40 cigars, 5 Vegas cigars, never had a bad one. You can see they aren't going to win any beauty contest. I don't know if you can see it, but man, there's a big stem in this one. But what the heck, huh? So anyway, taste, sweet. This is promoted as a Sumatra label on this, or wrapper on this. I'm sorry. So it's a Sumatra wrapper. And which is similar. It's kind of as I understand it, kind of the poor man's Indonesian wrapper. I find 5 Vegas to be very reminiscent of the R&J 1875, the Bully, which everybody has had one of those at one time or another. A buck or $2 less, but the same idea. You'll also notice on here it's a very toothy wrapper, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later when I get into this a little bit. For now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this thing, get it down a little bit, and give you my final report later. Hey, Jim back here with a 5 Vegas Classic. And look at that ash, huh? That is a fine ash. Little report on the burning. Burned pretty evenly. You can see it canoed a little tiny bit there. Going down, and had to burn past that log. That stem in there was a log. That was a big one. But it caught up pretty well. So far, good smoke. I did want to review the taste. I love the medium down the middle of the road flavor of this cigar. Again, a lot like an R&J 1875 in that respect. It's got a sweetness to it because of the Sumatra wrapper on it. Toasty flavor, a little bit of spice to keep it interesting, but certainly not overwhelming, and pretty well balanced. I really do like the taste of this cigar, And I got to tell you, the winning streak continues. This is probably 40th cigar of these that I've smoked over the last couple of years or so, and not a stinker in the bunch. So say what you will, but it's a good cigar. I did want to talk about the toothiness of this cigar. For those of you who are newer smokers, toothiness means when you rub your finger on the wrapper, you feel it feels a little bumpy. I wouldn't say like sandpaper, but you know, there's some bumps that you can feel to it. A lot of wrappers are more smooth. You run into most other wrappers, you can run your fingers over, you don't feel that, but tends to be the Indonesian, Sumatran type wrappers tend to be toothy. Cameroon is well known for being pretty toothy. They also burn kind of cool. I can't show you, the camera wouldn't pick it up, but you see the little dots of the toothy that are still in the ash when it's burning, so a little side benefit of fun. But again, I should mention what these little dots are. They are pockets of oil, and pockets of oil in a cigar wrapper are good. They give it flavor. So that toothiness is something, some people love it, some people aren't that crazy about it, but I happen to be a fan of this type of wrapper. So I am pairing this today, I will say, going the full low rent route with Fresca. Fresca is delicious, and it's healthy. It says 1% grapefruit juice, 1% real grapefruit juice in here. Carbonated fake grapefruit juice, one of my favorites. So what could be a better day? Southeastern Wisconsin, 85 degrees outside on a nice June day. Got my dog Wally here, and he's all excited because the weather's nice, and he heard birds chirping even though they weren't real. So all in all, a good day here in Wisconsin, smoking a 5 Vegas Classic. So now we're going to see Wally again. Okay, see, he's pretty excited. So anyway, I'm going to check out with that and say bye from Cigars. See you next time.